Hi everyone, welcome to the continent of Africa. This is a brief explanation of the following items on each of the country measured on this channel: the geography, the culture, the languages, climate, tourism, some of the emblematic places of interest, and the diversity of the ethnic groups living in harmony in one country. I wish you will broaden your knowledge by listening to the video. I believe that joining effort will make it possible to improve the cross-cultural understanding and global awareness among the nations in order to develop perception and inclusion of the strange. I thank you so much for your time and interest. Welcome to Morocco in Africa. Here's the geography. Morocco starts from the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, passing through the Strait of Gibraltar into the Mediterranean Sea. It is bordered by Spain to the north by the sea, through the strait, and borders on land with three small Spanish-controlled territories: Ceuta, Melilla, and Pinon de Bez de la Gomera, Algeria to the east, and Western Sahara to the south. Morocco controls most of the Western Sahara. Its real southern boundary is with Mauritania, with an estimated population of about 40 million inhabitants, subject to changes as from 2016. The international recognized borders of the country is on the Western Sahara, the Ras Nouadhibou Peninsula, slightly on the south and west. The geography of Morocco spans from the Atlantic Ocean and the mountainous areas into the Sahara Desert. Morocco is a northern African country, bordering the North Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, between Algeria and the annexed Western Sahara. It is one of the three nations, including Spain and France, to have both Atlantic and Mediterranean coastlines. The Rif Mountains stretch over the region, bordering the Mediterranean from the northwest to the northeast. The Atlas Mountains run down the backbone of the country from the northeast to the southwest. Most of the southeast portion of the country is in the Sahara Desert, and as such, it is generally sparsely populated and unproductive economically. Most of the population live in the north of these mountains, while to the south lies the Western Sahara, a former Spanish colony that was an incorporated territory of Morocco. Hence, it claims that the Western Sahara is part of its territory and refers to that as its southern provinces. The capital of Morocco is Rabat. Its largest city with the main port is Casablanca. In March 1956, the French protectorate was ended and Morocco gained its independence from France as the Kingdom of Morocco. A month later, Spain ceded most of its protectorate in northern Morocco to the new state, but kept its two coastal enclaves, Ceuta and Melilla, on the Mediterranean coast. Sultan Mohammed became king in 1957. In the 1990s, resulted in the establishment of a bicameral legislature in 1997, and Morocco's first opposition-led government came to power in 1998. However, I have selected in random the ethnic groups with higher population and the languages widely spoken among the nation. Most Moroccans are Arab, indigenous, Berber, or African descent. There is a significant minority of sub-Saharan African and European people. Arabs and Berbers together make up about 99.1% of the Moroccan population. A sizable portion of the population is identified as Haratin and Nawar or Nawea, black or mixed-race descendants of slaves and Moriscos. European Muslims expelled from Spain and Portugal in the 17th century. Berbers are the indigenous people and still make up the bulk of the population, although they have been largely Arabicized. Morocco's once prominent Jewish minority has decreased significantly since 1948. Nowadays, most of foreign residents in Morocco are French or Spanish. Some of them are descendants of colonial settlers who primarily work for European multinational companies, while others are married to Moroccans or are retirees. Prior to independence, Morocco was home to 500,000 Europeans. Languages. Morocco's official languages are Arabic and Berber. The country's distinctive group of Moroccan Arabic dialects is referred to as Darija. That's Darija. Approximately 89.8% of the whole population can communicate to some degree in Moroccan Arabic. French is widely used in governmental institutions, media, mid-sized and large companies, international commerce with French-speaking countries, and often in international diplomacy. French is taught as obligatory language at all schools. In 2010, about 32% of the population were French speakers. Spanish is spoken by a small population in the north of the country, especially around the Spanish enclaves, Melilla and Ceuta. Finally, it might be of interest to know some of the emblematic places for cultural and tourism purposes. Morocco is an ethnically diverse country with a rich culture and civilization. Through Moroccan history, it has hosted many people coming from the east: Phoenicians, Carthaginians, Jews, and Arabs. The south, sub-Saharan Africans, and from the north, Romans, Vandals, Andalusians, and Moors. All those civilizations have had an impact on the social structure of Morocco. Since independence, a veritable blossoming has taken place in painting and sculpture, popular music, amateur theater, and filmmaking. The Moroccan National Theatre, founded in 1956, offers a regular production of Moroccan and French dramatic works. Art and music festivals take place throughout the country during summer months, among them the World Sacred Music Festival at Fez. Each region possesses its own peculiarities. thus contributing to the national culture and to the legacy of civilization. Morocco has set among its top priority the protection of its diverse legacy and the preservation of its cultural heritage. Culturally speaking, Morocco has always been successful in combining its Berber, Jewish, and Arabic cultural heritage with external influences such as the French and the Spanish, and during the last decades, the Anglo-American lifestyles. Climate. The country's Mediterranean climate dominates the coastal Mediterranean regions of the country and some parts of the Atlantic coast with lush forests in the northern and central mountain ranges of the country, giving way to drier conditions and inland desert further southeast. The Moroccan coastal plains experience moderate temperatures even in summer, owing to the effect of the cold Canary Current off its Atlantic coast. In contrast to the Sahara region in the south, coastal plains are fertile in the central and northern regions of the country and comprise the backbone of the country's agriculture, of which 95% of the population live. The direct exposure to the North Atlantic Ocean, the proximity to mainland Europe, and the long stretch Reef and Atlas Mountains are the factors of the rather European-like climate in the northern zone of the country. That's what makes Morocco a country of contrasts. Due to its focal position between the North Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, the proximity to both mainland Europe and the Sahara Desert and the vast mountainous lands make Morocco's climate differ from one zone to another, such as the continental, the alpine, and the semi-arid zone. Morocco's weather is one of the most pristine in terms of 4 different seasons. Most regions live distinct seasons where summer is usually not spoiled by rain and winter turns wet, snowy, and humid with mild, cool to cold temperatures. Spring and fall are warm to mild weather temperatures and considerable rainfall, especially in November and March. Tourism. Tourism is one of the most important sectors in Moroccan economy. It is well developed with a strong tourist industry focused on the country's coast, culture, and history. Morocco attracted more than 10 million tourists in 2013. Tourism is the second largest foreign exchange earner in Morocco after the phosphate industry. The Moroccan government is heavily investing in tourism development. In 2010, the government launched its Vision 2020, which plans to make Morocco one of the top 20 tourist destinations in the world and to double the annual number of international arrivals to 20 million by 2020, with the hope that tourism will then have risen to 20% of the GDP. A large government-sponsored marketing campaign to attract tourists advertised Morocco as a cheap and exotic and safe place for tourists. Morocco's relatively high amount of tourists has been aided by its location. Morocco is close to Europe and attracts visitors to its beaches. Because of its proximity to Spain, tourists in southern Spain's coastal areas take a week or a weekend trip to Morocco. Air services between Morocco and Algeria have been established. Many Algerians have gone to Morocco for shopping and visiting relatives or friends. Morocco is relatively inexpensive because of the devaluation of the dirham and the increase of hotel prices in Spain. Morocco has an excellent road and rail infrastructure that links the major cities and tourist destinations with ports and cities with international airports. Low-cost airlines offer cheap flights to the country. Tourism is increasingly focused on Morocco's culture, such as its ancient cities. The modern tourist industry capitalizes on Morocco's ancient Roman and Islamic sites and on its landscape and cultural history. Other resorts in northern Morocco are also very popular. Casablanca is the major cruise port in Morocco and has the best developed market for tourists in Morocco. Marrakech in central Morocco is a popular tourist destination, but is more popular among tourists for a few days excursion that provide a taste of Morocco's history and culture. The Majorelle Botanical Garden in Marrakech is a popular tourist attraction from 2006. Actively and adventure tourism in the Atlas and Rift Mountains are the fastest growth areas in Moroccan tourism. These locations have excellent walking and trekking opportunities from late March to mid-November. The government is investing in trekking circuits. They are also developing desert tourism to attract the visitor from all walks of life.